early morning sesh for you guys. It's about 6:15 right now. About to go hit a hyper push day with my buddy Nick. Gonna go for some heavy dumbbell bench. And by heavy, I mean heavy for reps of 5 to 8. And just do a bunch of volume after. Get a good pump in my chest and my triceps. And maybe do a little bit of shoulders as well. So I will see you guys in the gym in a minute. Hope everyone is doing well, and today, as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to kind of be talking to you guys about the difference between strength-oriented rep ranges and hypertrophy-oriented rep ranges, or bodybuilding style. And really the difference is just going to be in the intensity. With that being said, intensity being rep ranges and how many reps you're doing per set, as well as the weight you're actually using for those rep ranges. So like I said, I'm going to be having a push workout, a hyper push workout, or high volume push workout playing in the background for you guys from last week. And this is a workout that I lifted with my friend Nick, and we started out with some dumbbell bench, and we moved on to a bunch of different accessory work. But getting to the topic that I'm going to be talking about today, and speaking on this topic, is very important to me because I feel a lot of my viewers are beginning lifters and they do not have the knowledge to even know that there are different rep ranges you could be working in order to better reach your goals and what your goals actually are. So with that being said, as you can see here, I'll use this kind of as an example. I am using pretty heavy dumbbells. I believe I did 2 sets with 75s for 8 reps, and then I believe I hit a set of 7 here and fail on the 8th rep with 80-pound dumbbells. So this type of rep range could be considered a strength rep range as well as hypertrophy. When I say strength rep ranges, I typically am working between 1 rep and 8 reps. And after about 5 and 6, you are starting to almost get into the both hypertrophy as well as strength rep range. But after about 8 reps, when you get closer to 10, and between about 10 to 15 reps per set is going to be more for hypertrophy. And by hypertrophy, if you ever hear me talking about that, I'm meaning muscle growth. So not after strength at all, just after the muscle growth. So the way a bodybuilder would be training. That is different from the way I train, in the fact that, as you just saw, I was training heavy. I was training in a rep range between 5 and 8 reps for my first movement, which tends to be when I work in a strength rep range. My personal views on lifting and how I like to program are the fact that I just like to work with strength-oriented rep ranges in the beginning of my workouts and build that strength so that when I do my higher volume stuff after, like you're starting to see now, and I'm working in 12 to 15 reps per set, I'm able to move more weight than I would if I didn't do those strength-oriented rep ranges, if that makes sense. So let me say that again. Basically, my higher volume accessory work, so things like this, pec flies, more isolation type movements rather than a compound movement, which is where you're moving more than one joint at a time, like a bench press. Being able to move heavier weights in strength rep ranges in those compound movements will in turn allow me to move more weight through my isolation exercises. So basically, if I'm getting a stronger bench press, inevitably I should be able to use more weight on the pec fly, which is going to in turn get me bigger as well as stronger. So that is a little bit of a kind of insight into why I train the way I do and what rep ranges are and what they mean. So if you're someone who's in the gym constantly using 70-pound curl bars and you're only able to get 5 reps on your sets, you need to really focus on dropping the weight, and I mean dropping the weight. I'll never curl over 50, 60 pounds, and if you can't at least hit 8 to 10 reps, I really recommend just completely dropping the weight and don't focus on that. Because in reality, you're working in a strength rep range on an exercise where you're trying to get your biceps bigger. I very rarely have ever talked to someone who says, yeah, I'm really just trying to 1 rep max my curl, really trying to work on getting my curl stronger. That's never the case. You want to get your biceps bigger. So with that being said, you want to make sure that you are using a proper weight for the rep range you're after, and you're using a proper rep range for the goal you're after. If you're just someone who's concerned about getting bigger, looking good, you need to be working with lighter weights, about 60 to 70%, maybe even 75 to 80% of your 1 rep max on those isolation exercises. I know that might sound weird since I just said you probably don't max out on those isolation exercises, but you can kind of use a guesstimate. Basically, 70 or 80%, I just mean something that you can actually move, use good form with, use constant tension with, especially on those isolation exercises, and really just focus on getting a good contraction and stretch on each individual rep. And really, that is going to help you the most when it comes to getting that growth you're after. Now, if you are someone who's after strength as well, like I said, I myself train in that style where I am building the strength at the beginning of my exercises. My bench, my squat, my deadlift, usually one of the first movements, if not always the first movement I am doing. Those are typically in strength-oriented rep ranges. So to kind of leave you with a take-home point here, I really want you to understand that if you are after pure strength, you need to be working in those strength rep ranges with heavy weights. So between 1 and 8 reps maximum, and after about 8 reps, you start to go into that hypertrophy or muscle growth rep range. And that is going to be great for someone who is just after size, not necessarily concerned with their strength all around, and really just focus on learning what your goal is, and then find out what rep ranges and what weights are going to be able to reach that goal in the best possible way. Like I said, you don't want to be the guy who's curling 70-pound dumbbells or 80-pound dumbbells for 3 reps each arm, and then you're expecting your arms to grow, and when they don't, then you're upset with yourself, or you're upset with whoever told you that that was the best idea to get bigger biceps. So I'll leave you guys with that. Hopefully this video helps you out a little bit and helps clarify the different rep ranges people use and why they're using them. And if you guys do have any comments, or you'd like me to make a second video explaining anything in depth more, please leave a comment below. And just leave a comment below anyways. I really enjoy hearing your feedback and just kind of letting me know what you guys are thinking about these videos. So like I said, hopefully you did enjoy this. Please drop a like below if you did, and subscribe if you have not already, guys. Appreciate you watching, and have a great day.
You ready?